Y'all, look at this meatloaf. I wasn't playing when I made this. Look at the crusted brown on the top of here, the Parmesan cheese, the mozzarella, the parsley flakes. Everything looks so good. Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. And for those that are new here, hello, my name is Lanita. Consider hitting that subscribe button now or later after you get finished watching this video, because today, guess what I'm making? I'm making some Parmesan crusted meatloaf. Yes, Parmesan crusted meatloaf. I found it online, but I did some other things myself, okay? But guess what? We just gonna jump right into this video. So today, you guys, as you see, I'm doing a Parmesan crusted meatloaf. I know people out there love meatloaf. I do. I'm like, look, I'm tired of making it the same way. I need to try another different way to make it. But I need some cheese in it, okay? So I got all my ingredients here. Everything is going to be looking good. Now, I know some people are going to be like, well, what do you use? Turkey, ground beef, whatever. Me, personally, I use turkey. So there's going to be a lot of other stuff that I'm adding into this turkey so it won't be dry, because y'all know turkey's a little dry, right? But we ain't going to have it dry here. So let me go get the ground turkey. So this is my ground turkey. This is about, I want to say about a pound. I'm not adding any other meat in it. You can. That's your business. But for me, I'm just going to add just the ground turkey. I have my onions that I'm going to add in here, but I'm not going to add a lot of onions. I'm only going to add enough. I have cut up everything. I like to prepare everything before I get started. So I'm just going to put like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of onions in my ground turkey. Also, I cut up some green peppers and some red peppers. I'm definitely going to put that in there. I'm going to put like a tablespoon of the red peppers and a tablespoon of the green peppers. Now, you really have to pay attention to this recipe, because it's kind of like it has a lot of ingredients to put in it. And y'all, as I said, like turkey gets really dry. So I don't want my turkey to be dry, y'all. But in the meantime, before I even get started, I forgot. You want to have some You want to have some white Italian bread. You want to soak some milk. I'm using half and half. You want to soak the Italian bread in some milk for about 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And then you want to let it soak. And then we're going to put this to the side while we do our other stuff. Now I'm going to take my 1 egg, just 1 egg, crack it in there as well. And then I had me some garlic. Garlic smells so good. Ooh, that was kind of strong though. So I'm gonna put a half of tablespoon in here, just a half. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit more ain't gonna hurt nobody. Now, after I do that, I do use my meatloaf package. I do use this meatloaf package because I like the meatloaf flavor. So if that makes sense, this actually adds flavor to it. Turkey is just so complicated to actually get to where you want it to get to. So I'm gonna take a tablespoon of this and just sprinkle that in there as well. And the only reason why I need a half of that meatloaf seasonings, because I'm going to add other seasonings in, and you don't want it to be salt. We want it to be nice and, like, you know, flavorful and big back. Throw in some Tony's. I had me some Kindle buttery flavor seasoning. Oh my God, y'all, this is such a game changer. I love it. Woo, if I could sprinkle, I'll sprinkle this on everything, okay? Put it all on. Also, we're gonna throw in some onion powder. This is gonna be so delicious, you know. Oh my God. So then, okay, I know y'all wondering where the cheese coming in. We got the cheese here. So I got the Parmesan, no, this is the Parmesan cheese and I have the mozzarella cheese. So what I'm gonna do, I cut up a lot of Parmesan cheese because that's just what I do, but I'm not gonna use it all, but I'm gonna take some of this, put this in here as well. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, because we're actually gonna put it on the top of the meatloaf, if that makes sense. And we're also going to put the mozzarella in the meatloaf, as not in the meatloaf, but on top of the meatloaf. Now, if you have your marinara sauce, we're going to add some good old marinara sauce. Just a little. Don't forget to add your oregano. Yes, I did. Smells good. Put a little bit of that in there. There we go. We're going to use the parsley for later because that's just going to make it look good once it crusts up with the Parmesan cheese and mozzarella. Yes. But honey, get you some Sweet Baby Ray barbecue sauce, and we're going to put that in the meatloaf as well. Now, if you want to, you can add Worcestershire sauce. I know some people like to put Worcestershire sauce in their meatloaf with turkey. That will help too, to keep it like, you know, not so dry and keep it nice and moist. That's what we're looking for. Now, my bread soaked for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to drain some of this water out. And this is going to help to keep the meatloaf together. Add that all up in there. Oh, this is going to be so delicious, y'all. Whoo! And last but not least, I'm going to take me some Duke mayo. Yes, I am. And put it in my meatloaf because guess what? It actually gives it flavor. A co-worker of mine from many, many years ago, she kind of like recommended me to put mayo in my meatloaf. I'm like, mayo in the meatloaf? She said, yes, it will make it moist, it give it juicy, give it flavor. I'm like, okay. So shout out to you, Marie. Thank you, Marie, for actually put me on to this meatloaf because yes, y'all better try it. It ain't gonna hurt. Tablespoon, you're good. Now I have everything in here that I need. You can take a spoon, a fork, whatever you want. And you're just gonna mix everything around. And this is the consistency, like you want it to look like this. And it smells so good. Oh, look at all these flavors. The part that I can't wait for is when I put the cheese on top of the meatloaf. So that's gonna be the best part. You don't want to over mix it. You just want to mix it enough. And then you want to start to form it for your pan. If you want, use parchment paper. I'm not using that today. I'm just going to use a regular bowl. And I might just put some aluminum foil on the bowl. I decided I want to use aluminum foil because I don't want no mess. You know, like, cleaning up the pan, y'all. I hate that part when the pan is just, I mean, this is one of the good pans that I know that it won't leave like a big mess, but I don't even feel like that little mess, okay? So I'm just gonna double layer it. If you want, you can use parchment paper like I said, but I'm gonna just use some aluminum foil because I don't have no parchment paper, y'all. But this is still gonna get the job done, so. So I preheat my oven to 380. Now I'm about to form this little baby into a cute little patty, okay? It gotta be really cute, y'all. Well, it ain't gotta be cute, that's just me. But I'm gonna make it look really nice. I don't want to put none of this meatloaf in my nails. I hate that part. Sometimes I would do it without the gloves, but this time I need some gloves. So yeah. Get you some gloves if you don't, ladies, if you don't want all this meatloaf in your nails. But, so I'm just gonna Go around the circle, gather it all together. And turkey, I'm trying to tell y'all, when y'all doing turkey, it's a little loosey-goosey. So you can always put it in and form it once it get in. Just drop it in there and just form it. Let's see. There we go. So I did get it in there, and now I'm just about to form it the best way I can. So now that I have formed my meatloaf, I'm going to put the marinara sauce on there and also the barbecue sauce on there and let it cook like that. I'm just going to sprinkle it down the middle like this. Right? Then a little bit of barbecue sauce on the top. Drizzle, 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 drizzle. Then I'm going to take my good old trusty brush and just smear it across so that way it can cook evenly. And now let's place this baby in the oven. This is how it should be looking. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, cook the meatloaf on 380 at 40 to 35 to 45 minutes, or you can cook it on 350 for 45 minutes. It's up to you. I'm doing mine on 380 for 25 to 35 minutes, or maybe 45, we'll see. So you want to cook it halfway through, then you want to take it out and you want to put your Parmesan and mozzarella cheese on it. That's halfway through. Drain some of the juices, because when you put the Parmesan and the cheese on there, the mozzarella, you don't want all the juices like this in there. I'm not saying get rid of all the juices, but some of them. You know, because some of them juices we can use for our mashed potatoes. Y'all know how that is. So now I'm going to sprinkle some of my mozzarella cheese on the top. Now I'm going to sprinkle my Parmesan cheese on the top. I love me some Parmesan cheese. Nice and evenly. And then some parsley flakes on it just to give it a cut. Ooh, we don't want all that. We want just a little bit, okay? There we go. Then we throw it back in the oven for the next 10 to 15 minutes to finish the cook. I'm also going to turn it on broil because I want that little crunch on the top, if that makes sense for the Parmesan. Yes. Let's get this baby out the oven, okay? Oh my God. Look at that. Okay. Now let's cut into this baby. Okay, so I got my knife ready to cut it. And let me get my spatch. Wait a minute, where I'm at with this? I gotta turn this around, y'all. Bring this back here. Now we talking, okay? Now we talking. I got my knife. Let me get my spatula so I can cut into this baby and put it on my plate with my broccoli and mashed potatoes. Okay. Yes. It is so moist cutting into this. Oh Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, so let me be the one to taste it, even though y'all can't, but let's see. Delicious. Bye, y'all.